in this video I'm going to show you how to make different kinds of textures. These are my MDF sheets, 2mm MDF sheets. I have made small pieces of it, and I'm going to show how to make different textures using different mediums. Like this is the first one. In this video I'm going to show you 5 different textures. So this is the first one. I'm already ready with my work here, but I'm going to show you how I have done it. So basically this base color, that is turquoise, I have used iCraft chalk paints. You can use any company chalk paint, and I have put 2 layers of chalk paint. Then for this textures I have used the stencil, which I got it from a local craft shop nearby my place. So I just place the stencil here. Like this, and then I have made my own texture paste here. It's very easy to make your own texture paste at home. I'll just show you that what consistency I have made. So this is very easy to make according to your use. You can make it more liquid, more thick. You can make it more creamy. So how to make your own texture paste, there are many videos there. I'll just share the link with you. So I just took the texture paste, and with my knife I just spread it on my stencil. So after doing that, I let it dry very nicely, and this is very much dry. You can see all the textures which have embossed, and so now it is ready to use. To all my textures, whatever textures I'm going to show you here, to all of them I'm going to give some vintage look. So this is one of the texture, then the other one I'll explain. This is the other one. This is the other one. The background color is in red. This is the red color chalk paint I have used here. And for this kind of tree, I have used iCraft. I have used here iCraft tree stencil. So I just put the stencil over here. And then with the black chalk paint, I don't have iCraft chalk paint, so I'm using here Little Birdie home decor chalk paint. So I just dabbed it and I got this texture here. So both of the things are done in chalk paints. Here one is the base is chalk paint and the other one is texture paste. And here the base is chalk paint. Also the stencil texture is chalk paint. So now the next one is, I have made this one. So here again for the base I have used cobalt blue chalk paint. Chalk paint names are different. You can go in iCraft site and find out the names for them. So I have used here blue chalk paint as a base, And then for this figure, I have used a fairy tale stencil, and on the stencil, inside the stencil, I have used mixed media heavy body paste from Stamp Fund. Sorry, my bottle got break, my bottle cap got break, so I have to seal it like this. So it is very much like a very creamy. I'll show you how it looks. It is more like a white acrylic paint, a thicker form of white acrylic paint, and it is a very high quality paste. So when you use this, there is a difference between this and this. The texture on this is different and the texture on this is different. You can see this is more smoother and this have some pores in between. So the difference you will come to know when I'm doing a vintage look. I'm going to give all of them a vintage look by applying a very simple, a very commonly used product. Before that, I'm going to show you one more texture. For this, I have used dark brown color chalk paint, and then I have mixed my yellow ochre acrylic paint with my texture paste. You can mix any color with your texture paste and put it like this. Then for the wooden texture, I have used this wooden texture tool. It's a silicone texture maker which is very easily available in market. And again, on top of this, I'm going to give a vintage look. And then the last one is I have used a novel. I have used an old novel, and I took a page and tore small strips of it. Here you can see I haven't left any white space here. And then I have sticked it randomly. For sticking, I have used here decoupage glue. So I applied the decoupage glue in the base first and then stick the small pieces, and then on top of it I again apply the decoupage glue. You can use any company's decoupage glue, or you can use even Mod Podge, matte or glossy, but you have to seal it after you have stuck it. Otherwise, for next step which I'm going to give, that is a vintage look, if I directly apply on this, the paper will soak all the paints. Okay friends, so let's get started. So here is the trick. What I'm going to use is, firstly I'll take a cup. I'm going to prepare a wax kind of thing which will help all these textures to give a vintage look. So in this cup I'm going to use our normal oil paints. So either you can use this Ventrici brown, or you can use burnt sienna, and with burnt sienna, ivory black. So I'm going to take little bit of burnt sienna and very little black. And then I'm going to add linseed oil to this. This is also easily available in market. These are generally used for oil paintings. This technique I did first time 8 years back. I'm a mask maker. I love to do these kind of I love to give these kind of vintage look to my mask. So I cover my mask with acrylic color first, and then I give this oil painting effect to it. I'm using a fiber brush. First I'll mix the burnt sienna and ivory black here, and then I'll add little oil to it. It's not we need the color to be very oily or very shiny. I'm adding this because I want my color to spread very easily. So I think we have taken too much of oil. I'll remove this and add a little bit more. So when you add oil to your color, its drying time increases. It takes more time to dry. Actually, we don't need this much of color. In this much of color, I can do lots of work. But anyway, I'll be using this in many of my projects. So I just mixed it. And now here one by one I'll show you the textures. First we'll apply them, and then I'll teach you how to clean them. So here is my first board. So I'll start from the corners. So I'm applying it in all 4 corners first. And we'll keep this aside. On this I'll show you later. For this I'm going to apply everywhere. This is my old placemat which I'm using. So that doesn't matter if it makes my placemat dirty. You can see here, isn't this color so pretty? So now I'll keep it aside. We'll go to this. Again for this I'm doing it on all four sides first. So when I complete this, you will get to know the difference between this and this. Now let's come to the tree. So in all these cases, it will give you a very different look. Again, for this I'll do it only in all four sides. And now for this, wherever I have sticked, like you can see the cuts here, so I'll only do it on the edges. And this you have to do very slowly. So when you give this texture, the one which you have stuck on the, like you can see here, this I have sticked on top of this too, so you can see the 3D effect. I'm going to give us shading here, so after that you can see proper 3D effect. And that's it. Now with my other brush, I'm going to just spread it like this. Can you see it is looking up, down, up, down? My shading is not over. After this, I'll be cleaning with the cloth. See why I'm able to spread this and this is not soaking. The oil is not being soaked by the paper is because I have given a decoupage layer on top of the bits of these papers. So I'll just lightly clean this and highlight the paper. So I'll highlight this. I'm using a wet pipe here, which is actually not wet, but it is dry. So any dry cloth you can use, any soft and dry cloth. So like this it will look. Now let's go to the next one. I'm not going to remove it fully. Only in the center I want it to be very less. And now in the corners again I'll do a little bit dark. And if I'm not able to merge with the cloth, I'll use my fingers here now. Just dab my finger. Like this. And that's how this texture looks. Moving on to the next is this one. You can see here, this I told you, it is similar to acrylic paint. So when you apply a white acrylic paint on some surface and when you put some other color on it, it becomes like a wax coat, and the next layer of color doesn't stick on it properly. That is, if you put the same acrylic color on it, it will stick, but if you are using some other medium on top of it, it will not stick. So again, for this, I like to use my fingers for doing this kind of shading. It is very easy, it merges very easily, and it doesn't show the brush strokes. So here we are done with this, and now I'm going to use this. This is my favorite one. Color wise, texture wise, I just love this one. I'm just cleaning, wiping off everything first. Now you can see the difference between this and this. This texture paste absorbs the oil paint and takes the color of oil paint. So here you can see I have taken a fresh wet wipe and rubbed it. Now what I'm going to do is I'll take my oil paint here and I'll apply it on all four sides. And for this also, I'm going to use my fingers to merge it. So you can see light to dark shade. This is how I give my vintage look. Now we are left with the last one. I'll have to take a new cloth. So you have to clean it very nicely for this. Because we want the yellow ochre also to be seen, and also the dark brown to be seen. So that's it I'm going to do. So these are the 5 textures we made in this video. The 5 different kind of look you can give anywhere. You can use them on your tables, on your any kind of furnitures, on your chairs, on the chairs resting back. You can also use these textures on the door and also on walls. Okay friends, thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.